Hey everybody, Dragonfire here. And I thought, it'd be interesting to do something I haven't done before. And it's been a little while since I talked about music on my channel, but I do have a passion for music, so this is something I've been thinking about doing for a while. I wanted to do it and I decided, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. So, this is a ranking of the band Ugly Kid Joe, and I am ranking the album covers. Ugly Kid Joe, UKJ, great band, a very underrated band in my opinion. If you don't know them, check them out. So I'm gonna go ahead and rank their album covers. I'm ranking all of their studio uh, album covers, as well as their two EPs, and I'm also throwing in an alternate album cover. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna count here: one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. It looks like I've got eight here to rank. So I'm gonna kick it off with the album. I believe this was 95, 1995 album, 95, 96, 96. It looks like 96 album, Motel California. This is album title is a prank off of Hotel California. Um, and yeah, it's not a bad album cover. It is definitely somewhat reminiscent. Here's the backside. Somewhat reminiscent of Hotel California by the Eagles. It just looks like a kind of a much cheaper version of Hotel California. Um, Motel California uh, by Ugly Kid Joe. It's a shot um, of the motel. I say cheaper version. It doesn't look like it would cost as much to stay the night at this motel rather than the hotel from Hotel California. You can see the not a bad looking car there. All right, that is my least favorite, probably Ugly Kid Joe cover. Next up, we're going with Menace to Sobriety. You can see this kid from Germany on the front cover. Um, the you can legally drink at a much younger age in Germany. So you see him down in a beer there. Here's the back cover. This was the one. Did this one come out right before or right after Motel California? I think it was right before. Yeah, so I think Motel California was 96 and Menace to Sobriety was 95. So, um, yeah, there's the Menace to Sobriety album cover. Alright, now, the rest of these all are going to feature the Ugly Kid Joe mascot, Joe himself. And I'm going to kick things off with the 2012 EP, Stairway to Hell. This is I think the most common album cover. I think there's several different variations of the album cover actually out there. Some of them are spoofing some Iron Maiden album covers. They also, here's the back cover for this one, just song listing. They also have a cover that spoofs AC/DC's Highway to Hell. Here's what the cover looks like, the one that spoofs AC/DC's Highway to Hell. So, yeah, Stairway to Hell is kind of a parody, uh, combining the names of um, Stairway to Heaven, which was originally a Bob Dylan song. It might have also been the title of one of Bob Dylan's albums, Stairway to Heaven, but I know for sure it's a Bob Dylan song. It was also covered by Guns N' Roses. But anyway, you have Stairway to Heaven. No. What am I thinking? Knocking on Heaven's Door is Bob Dylan. That was the one covered by Guns N' Roses. I messed up there. It's Stairway to Heaven is Led Zeppelin. Yes, Led Zeppelin. So, it's kind of taking that Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin, and combining it with Highway to Hell, AC/DC, and AC/DC did have an album called Highway to Hell, but when you can kind of switch that up and combine them, you get Stairway to Hell. This EP marked the return of the band after having been broken up for many years. Just like their original run began with an EP, they started the return of the band with an EP, the Stairway to Hell EP. Now, I have a special edition. So, the original EP only had 6 songs on it. Like the Stairway to Hell EP had 6 songs, just like the Ugly as They Wanna Be EP that they originally started their career with had 6 songs. This special edition has 3 extra bonus songs. So yeah. Alright. So this special edition is almost like a full-length album. Okay, let's see here. So that was my first 3 in my ranking. What did I say? I was ranking... Okay, this one comes in at number 5 for me. And that is their most recent album, Rad Wings of Destiny. Now, you might have also seen a couple of alternative album covers. I know there was, I think there was some release with an album cover that looked like this, which is a parody of an older album cover by Ugly Kid Joe, but there's that alternative version. I think there might have also been one that looked like this. From the inside liner notes there, this version of the album cover. But I think this is the official one. There's a lot going on here, but this is the Ugly Kid Joe zombified version of their logo guy. He is, risen from the dead and he's zombified. There's some other artwork that goes along with that. But anyway, that's my number 5. And here's the back cover for that one. Okay. Alright. Now, getting into my top 4, my Mount Rushmore. And kicking off my Mount Rushmore is Uglier Than They Used to Be. This just has, without the airplane and the junk all over the place, I like this more stripped back, simple version of the zombified Joe. You can see UKJ there, risen from the dead, and he is in his zombified form. I like that there's less going on in this picture, that you can actually see him. It's not so cluttered as the Rad Wings of Destiny version. Okay, now there is an alternate album cover, I believe, with this one, which is the same zombified one, but it just has all the background, whereas in the actual and I believe the official version, the background has been stripped away and it's just the zombified UKJ. In this one, you can see the grave and the everything, and him risen from the grave, and so it's like kind of like the resurrection of their career, coming back with their first full-length album after the band reunited in the 2010s. So yeah, this is their 2015 album. But yeah, I like the zombified version, but for whatever reason, I just like the original better, and so we're gonna get into the top three now, and I'm gonna give my bronze medal to the album cover for As Ugly as They Want to Be, the original UKJ mascot logo here. This is the unzombified version. He's still alive. Very simple, but I really like it. Now I believe this one on the back here was actually used, this UKJ mascot logo here was actually used for one of the greatest hits albums. So one of the greatest hits album had this as the album cover, which is on the back of the booklet. This was the album cover, and I really like this one too. In fact, I think I might like this one better than this one. So if I had a copy of that greatest hits album, I might rank this one down at number 4 and this one at number 3. But yeah, this was used for the album cover for the greatest hits. And that was the greatest hits version that came out from the band's original run. But yeah, here's the back cover of As Ugly as They Want to Be. And yeah, anyway, I'll give As Ugly as They Want to Be my bronze medal. The greatest hits version was called As Ugly as It Gets, and I should probably get that one. I would really like it just for the artwork alone, so I could line them all up next to each other and stuff. Okay. My top 2 now. This is going to be controversial, but my number 2, I'm giving the album cover for America's Least Wanted. The Statue of Liberty. Here's the back cover. But yeah, I really like the artwork here. The Ugly Kid Joe, the UKJ mascot, is made in the style of the Statue of Liberty. And yeah, very irreverent cover and really cool. Now this cover was quite controversial, with the Statue of Liberty flipping everybody the finger, holding a porno magazine in his hand. Pretty controversial album cover. And because of the controversy over this album cover, a second album cover was released. And that's why I said it was going to be a controversial pick, because yeah, this is my second favorite Ugly Kid Joe album cover. I actually like the censored version better. And I know it sucks they had to censor the original artwork, but I guess when the guys at Ugly Kid Joe found out that they were censoring the original artwork and refusing to sell it in a lot of areas, and in order to get their album sold, they had to change the artwork. Ended up submitting this picture, and you can see the symbolism here. UKJ is all tied up, has handcuffs on, a ball and chain. He's got tied with rope and chain, lock and key, tape over his mouth, tape down his middle finger so he can't flip anybody off. And I know it sucks that they had, whenever a band wants to put something out and they have to change it due to censorship reasons. But man, I love this cover. There's just something about it. Maybe it's because it's the first Ugly Kid Joe album cover I ever saw, and this is the first one I ever came across. Maybe that's my reason why it's my favorite, but there's something about it. Um, you know, the mockery, making a mockery of the fact that they got censored, that I really enjoy, and that's the reason why I own both versions. I own both versions for so that I can have both versions of the artwork, which I think is really cool. I've also really liked the inside of the booklet. I don't know, I always thought that was a really neat picture of the band. This is the same thing in both versions, but yeah, just sitting around at some fast food restaurant eating and stuff in their mouths. It's also a really cool disc. The disc in the CD version. Um, oh, this one's out of the case right now, but I do have the disc for both of them. But yeah, it's a really cool disc. There we go. Straighten it out. Yeah, very reminiscent of some of their other later artwork. Whenever they have the eagle artwork that I showed you guys earlier, but yeah, my favorite Ugly Kid Joe album cover of all time, right here. Um, just something so weird and irreverent about it, and so forth. So, anyway, I always thought Ugly Kid Joe was a band that had great artwork for their albums, and so that's what I wanted to highlight with this video. Alright, God bless everybody, Dragonfire out.